So I'd like to begin my first vlog on the idea and the concept of mindfulness, on the practice that individuals can incorporate into their day-to-day, or simply about the idea of mindfulness and what it is. I guess the first thing one needs to be aware of when you're thinking of mindfulness, it's very much the concept of being here now. As Ram Dass put it, be here now, simply being present in the moment. There was a wonderful quote in a beautiful movie, Kung Fu Panda. Perhaps some of you have seen it. I think it's a beautiful movie and it has the most amazing quote and I'll never forget it. And the quote goes like this: "The past is history and the future is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why they call it the present." And it's such an appropriate quote because it's so true. There is only one moment that truly ever exists at any one given moment in time, and that is now. By living in the moment, by being mindful and aware of what you are doing in that moment, you recognize the beauty that exists in the present moment. You may just be washing dishes or walking on the beach. But if you are mindful, if you are present in that moment, you feel the sand in your feet, the cool or the warmth of the water as it laps up against your feet if you're walking on the beach, the breeze from the sea as it moves your hair. If you're washing the dishes, if you're mindful, if you're truly in that moment of now, then you feel the soapiness of the soap that you're using on the dishes. You feel the hardness of the glass or the smoothness of the glass. You're present. You're aware of what you're doing then and there. In being mindful, you are truly only in that moment. When we feel fear and anxiety, it's when we're living in the future. We're so focused on a future event that it brings up and it manifests these feelings of physical discomfort. When we live in the past, we're worried about an event that may have occurred, something that we said, something that we did, and worried about what consequences it may have on us now. But we're never truly in that moment of now. We're never truly focused on the one moment that exists, the present. It is in the now that we hear the sound of the birds, the beautiful sound of the birds. It is in the now that you see the beautiful sunset. It doesn't matter where you are. A beautiful sunset or a sunrise can be appreciated regardless of where you may be. And when you're not in the now, you miss out on that. You miss out on the beauty of that. In being mindful of practicing conscious awareness, you also become a lot more aware of your thinking. You become a lot more aware of your thoughts. You may recognize those thoughts that don't serve you. You may catch yourself in the moment of an instinctive, negative, hurtful, or anger-filled response. When you are mindful, you become more aware of what you're thinking. You become more familiar with these instinctive, conditioned responses that you have, where you would normally instinctively respond with anger, with frustration, with violence even. When you become mindful, you may catch yourself in that moment and go, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why am I so negative? Why am I getting so angry? And in being mindful, you become more aware of how your thinking affects your experiences. When you become frustrated, that has nothing to do with the person who's causing your frustration, but everything to do with your insecurities. And in being mindful, you start to become aware of your thinking, and you start to recognize how your thinking determines your actions. So mindful can be a powerful practice to help you with this as well. It was Eckhart Tolle where I first thought of, or rather where I first read about this concept of becoming the watcher of your thoughts, where you truly become aware of what you're thinking. You almost have to split your consciousness into two. And you have to be the instinctive, natural person that you normally are in the everyday experiences. And you have to become the person that watches your thinking, the person that is aware of what you're thinking of. And in doing that, and in being the watcher of your thoughts, that is when you can truly catch yourself in those moments of negativity, in those moments of thinking that doesn't benefit you, of thinking that does not serve you, and you can catch yourself in that moment. And when you catch yourself in that moment is when you can start to change your thinking, because you recognize it, and you recognize that it doesn't serve you, and it doesn't help you to think that. So through mindfulness, you can practice, you can develop this ability to become more aware in all moments, to watch your thoughts. And in doing so, to develop this ability to recognize these moments, to recognize these thoughts, and to choose to change your thoughts, or to choose to change your previously conditioned reactions, or simply to let it go. Why would you hold on to it? If you imagine holding onto a rope so tightly that someone is pulling, and you hold on to it so tightly that it begins to hurt you, that your hand begins to turn red from all the blood that is congealing within your hand, that is collecting with your hand because it can't move, and you hold on to it, you can't let it go. It doesn't benefit you to hold on to it. And if anything, it just causes more pain, more suffering. When you learn to let go is when you can be more comfortable. And that is the same with your thinking. When you are mindful and you recognize those thoughts that don't benefit you, those thoughts that do not serve you, you let them go. Because you know in that moment, all they're doing is making you feel anxious, making you feel fear. Just like the clouds in the sky. You watch them. You recognize them. You acknowledge their existence. And you let them go. You allow them to float on by. Mindfulness can help you to develop all of these skills. Awareness, beauty of the present moment, recognition or awareness of your thoughts and of your thinking, and how they create your experiences, how they create your reality. But mindfulness can also help you to find the peace and the calm in every moment of now. And when you are more mindful, you are more aware of the answers that lie within, the answers to all the questions that you so desperately have. If this idea or this concept resonates with you, if this is a practice perhaps you wish to explore more in depth and wish to make a part of your life, well, in my future vlog, I'm going to do a mindfulness meditation. I'm going to record it. And if you'd like to practice mindfulness, perhaps you can practice this technique in your day-to-day. It'll be no more than 20 to 30 minutes long. And the more you do it, the more you condition yourself to become more aware. And this practice will develop this ability within yourself, not just when you do mindfulness practice, but in everything, in every day, in your thinking, in your reactions to people, in the work that you do, in the fun that you have. So if you found benefit in this vlog and in this talk, and you think this is something that you'd like to explore, then please check out my next video where I explore the concept of mindfulness a great deal more through a meditation that you can practice and you can use in your day-to-day. I look forward to seeing you again, and I hope you look forward to seeing me and hopefully listening to me too. Cheers.